The Monster Energy Series comes back to where it started this season at the Daytona International Raceway. This time we're going 400 miles instead of 500 miles, but the result, when it was 500 miles for me, was a victory in the Daytona 500, the opening race of the season. So with the Coke Zero 400, the, of course, conditions of the race are a little bit different. Not only is it 100 miles less, but it's also run at night. Is that going to change the potential result? It may change the fuel strategy, which of course I won the Daytona 500 with, so that may really throw a curveball into whether or not I can take victory here again. So let's get qualified. Well, I made the same mistake that I did at Michigan, which was taping up the grill way too much. This is going to be a last place starting position. Yeah, ironically enough, it wasn't really that far off. Had I kept the, wow, that's a front row for the H's. Wow, at Daytona? Really? Well, the front row is interesting, but my qualifying position certainly isn't. Yeah, look, Eric Almirola and Austin Dillon on the front row at Daytona. Boy, if that happens in the real Coke Zero 400, there's going to be a lot of articles written, I suspect. So let's pass it over to PRN, get the Coke Zero 400 underway.
Tonight, NASCAR returns to Daytona Beach, Florida, and the Daytona International Speedway for the running of the Coke Zero 400 powered by Coca-Cola. A few summer storms rolled through earlier this afternoon, but the weather is cleared and we're all set to go racing. This race marks the beginning of the second half of the regular season. And a win tonight could be a momentum builder as the playoffs are just a couple of months away.
Wow, so so green racetrack, I guess you could say, with the storms coming in, and I shifted up way too early. That was stupid. Well, we're just in not good shape already. Only 9 laps in the stage, which after running the 50% Talladega race, this seems like it's going to be a sprint versus a endurance race. But here we go. Well, I was going to say working our way up through the field. Not really a lot of places to go. A lot of rivals, though, back here. So I got to be a bit careful working my way through the pack early on, not to cause too much distress between the drivers. Timmy Hill is not going to let me down low, and now we get a bump draft from Cole Witt all the way through the corner, and around goes Elliott Sadler. That's probably going to bring out the yellow. What a crash avoidance that was. Holy smokes. Well, we're right off the bat avoiding things that we otherwise shouldn't have. And so yeah, Cole Witt's a well, something rhymes with that, but I'm not going to say it. All right, here we go. Let's go back to racing. Probably going to be a pretty quick stage now that yellow took place in it. And Jeffrey Earnhardt decided to try and take a swipe at me there. Elliott Sadler's going to come in down low. And, yeah, that's happening. That's happening. Can't let up. Good job, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Good job, Elliott Sadler. Whoa. Well, this isn't any good. Okay. Well, that's how we lose the draft at Daytona. Are we going to completely lose it? The back end of my car is screwed up, which is kind of funny. Can I get back up into the pack? Seems like I still have the draft off of Jeffrey Earnhardt. And hopefully, him running into the back of me like that will help with the move the spoiler down a little bit so I can get a little more straight line speed. Maybe I can come around some people pretty fast. It looks like we'll be able to reform with the pack here. We're at least catching Jeffrey Earnhardt at a pretty high rate of speed. And you know I'm going to give him a heck of a bump draft when we get up there to him. Try to get him going back up into the pack. Need to do a bit of tandem drafting here in the last 3 laps of the stage. Again, this race is going to go a heck of a lot quicker than a 50% race. Now we'll give Jeffrey Earnhardt the shove. Get him going, get him up into the pack, see how many positions I can make up under green flag conditions. But right now I need to work with Jeffrey Earnhardt.
Stay right there.
Get him going.
That was a great lap.
Yeah, you're darn right it was a great lap. Over 198 miles an hour through most of it. Slamming into the back of Jeffrey Earnhardt. trying just ever so much to get back up there, just to probably get wrecked again, but you never know. Maybe we won't get wrecked. Maybe we'll have a nice, clean race. Alright, so give Jeffrey Earnhardt another shove. All the way through 3 and 4. Get loose because I went in a little too low, but possibly we'll get a good run off of turn 4 behind Jeffrey Earnhardt. Looks like Paul Menard's going to be the next car we actually catch in the pack. But I've only got 2 laps to go on the stage, so maybe I won't be able to get up there and actually compete here for some green flag running. I don't know, we'll see. Just gave Jeffrey Earnhardt another shot. He gets moving. Up around 195 miles an hour, 196, 97. Not going to be the 210, I don't think, that we saw at Talladega, though. It's possible if I get a good enough run that we could see those sort of speeds. 203 just into turn 3. And everybody kind of just, I don't know, Jeffrey Earnhardt's not really the best partner, it looks like, to really get up there close enough. Even me giving him a bump draft just isn't going to even cut the mustard right now. So I'm going to have to somehow get up into the pack here in the next stage and not get wrecked, because otherwise things are going to get a bit hairy. And at least I have a draft on off of Paul Menard now. Whoa, 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 big one, big one, big one, big one, big one. Oh man, oh man, oh man. The big one struck right at the end of that stage. What don't you like about stage racing? For some reason, Matt DiBenedetto was staying out. I am most certainly not going to stay out, despite the fact that I could get some good track position. It's honestly not worth it, because I really... No. I almost did not pit. I've got 5 seconds to go. Okay, that's fine. And we'll restart 36th. So Matt DiBenedetto may have been the cause of the caution, because now he is 2 laps down for some reason. So we're back to racing. Trevor Bayne in behind me. Corey LaJoie not giving me a lot of room on the outside. Now working in behind Paul Menard. Trying to get the car up to speed. I suspect my controller batteries are dying because I've lost my vibration, my force feedback, and this is not helping because Corey LaJoie is being an absolute pain in the rear quarters, so I'm going to drive him down the straightaway. If I spin him, I don't care. Look at this nonsense. At a plate track. Saved it. I didn't. No, I didn't. Oh, God almighty. Dead. Well, this caution will give me a good opportunity to go get some batteries. I'll be right back. Well, I'm Chris Myers, and that was our Visa race break. Okay. What can I do here that will make this car not suck? Pretty much it's going to be passing the idiots here in the back. And I'm not sure how I can do that, to be honest with you. At least I've got full fuel tank now versus the rest of the field. So this may just be a matter of just hanging back here until they come off into the pits and try to steal a stage win, but I think they're not going to have to pit. No, I don't think they're going to have to pit, so I just need to go for it here. Corey LaJoie is going to drive down into me. I'll hold on to it. Well, I think that may have been the big hurdle right there to get around LaJoie, because he's going to give me a huge bump draft down the back straightaway. I'll be at 191. T-Bane is not going to be particularly the nicest guy to me. There goes Jeffrey Earnhardt giving me a shove as well. Trevor Bayne getting some revenge. I hold on to it. Jeffrey Earnhardt getting some revenge, but I hold on to it. Okay. Now we can go to work. Now we can get up there. Hopefully the field is spread out just enough. We can drive around these guys. Nope. Nope. Bye. Oh boy.
Caution is out.
And that'll bring out the end of the stage. That was painful. There's no other word to describe that. That was painful. So I'm going to come into the pits, and we're going to try to do this again. Man, again, it's like the Angry Planes mod on Grand Theft Auto. It's unbelievable. You literally can't do anything. Holy cow. Okay. Back to racing. Once again here at Daytona.
Stay right there.
And I really revved the crap out of the car that time.
Stay on the bottom. Hold your line.
And the rivalry is going to continue with Corey LaJoie. Screw you, Corey LaJoie. See, this crap is just going to slow me down. Just completely slowed me down. That was all that did. And now Corey LaJoie is going to have a huge run because somehow he found Corey LaJoie speed, and that may have lost me the pack. We'll see. Hopefully they slow each other down a little bit in 3 and 4. At least this is the final stage, and I haven't gotten anywhere near the front, nor have we seen any kind of strategy start to play into this race at all. So with 21 laps to go, now we can kind of at least settle into this race just a little bit, hopefully. I'll try to drive around the outside of Cody Ware. And I do have a run at only 195 miles an hour. It's not exactly where I want to be. Elliott Sadler's probably going to try to drive me into the wall, so I'm going to drive him down the track. I know that's probably not mending any relations, but I'm not really going to be diplomatic anymore because no one has been diplomatic to me this entire time. And I'm just absolutely trapped at the back, nowhere to go. But we're only halfway through the race, so we got plenty of time to go here. And see, now that this is the kind of meat and potatoes of the race, Cody Ware was not going to let me in there. Now I may be able to start making up some positions, as long as we don't have too many yellows. Cody Ware is not going to be denied. Not sure why you're trying to wreck people on a plate track, Joey Gase, but I'm glad. Well, I was going to say I'm glad you saved it, but he didn't. But you know what? That may have been the yellow that finally breaks me out of prison, because I finally get to the front, because I'm not going to pit, because screw pitting. Pitting is overrated, and at least now I get to be at the front of the pack, finally, mercifully, and we're going to try to actually race some people now. So here we go. Racing at Daytona, David, Daytona for 16 more laps, and look at that acceleration I got on the restart. That is only going to cause me pain and suffering when everybody gets the run coming on me from behind. So here they come. Here comes Kurt Busch. He's a demon on wheels. He's a demon. He's gonna be chasing after someone. And that someone is me. Go Speed Racer. Go Speed Racer. See, I grew up in the Speed Racer Renaissance, and they released it on home video. So I'm one of the last generations to really know or care about. I guess, well, maybe the younger generation saw the Speed Racer movie that was kind of bad in theaters. Maybe they liked that Speed Racer, but it wasn't the same. Why am I talking about Speed Racer when I just lost 4 positions? But at least this time, I think I'm around enough nice people that I'll be able to race and not really have any kind of nonsense go on. As Almirola and Clinton Boyer are the leaders. Not going to try to bump draft too much because I know that will aggravate the AI. So just running close is what I'm going to be trying to do behind Eric Almirola underneath Clinton Boyer.
Still there.
Oh, and Clinton Boyer's a rival because he's trying to wreck me. And somehow I held on to it, but that was definitely a dirty move. That was a dirty move, Clinton Boyer. And now here comes Carl Long, or Timmy Hill in Carl Long's car, up there to give me a big old bump draft, so thank you very much. I'll take that and slide in front of the Haas car of Kurt Busch and take 4th place back, so that's fine. I just need to know that Clint Boyer is going to absolutely wreck me if he's the leader on the last lap, and I need to chase him down. So there goes Boyer blocking Hamlin. I'll slip to the inside of Hamlin hopefully here. Only 204 miles an hour on the way in. Giving Clint Boyer, or drafting with Clint Boyer. Going to try to get him past Eric Almirola here. Should be able to do it. And Boyer's around. And so are we. So back into second place. Behind Clint Boyer. Chasing Boyer down the back straightaway. Nice big toe, and by toe I mean draft, off of Boyer, giving him a little bit of a bump in the center, kind of pulling away a little bit from Almirola. Kind of interesting to see actually a little bit of a spread out of the field. I've got 4 laps till I need to come in and make my last pit stop, as we've already got cars coming out of the pits. That's Ty Dillon. About to LePage the field, I suspect. And I'm just going to run in behind Boyer because, you know what? He's breaking the air for me, and look at that. Ty Dillon LePage the field. And that means I'll be able to keep my position up front, which is good, I suppose. And we'll be pitting and going back to racing on the outside of Clint Boyer. What will be interesting is if I can get the hammer down here, jump around Clint Boyer. We know he's a rival. Will he give me a bump draft? That's usually what the rivals do. So let's see if I can get around Clint Boyer here on the restart. He's definitely not going to be nice about it, but I did get around Clint Boyer. So now, is he going to be the car directly behind me? Going to be a question mark of whether or not he can get in front of Eric Almirola, which he cannot. But with 10 laps remaining on my fuel tank and 8 to go in the race, can I hold the lead? Can I be the Pied Piper for 8 laps? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. Unless I can really be mean to Clint Boyer here. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have a bit of a rivalry with Clint. Oh, he's trying to turn me in front of the field. Somehow I managed to save it. Playing chicken on the plate track is not gonna work. Oh, Timmy Hill. And there's a black flag. And that's going to be a yellow because he just LePaged everybody. Everybody just died. Whoa! Car up in the air. Car flipping down the track. Well, that's not good. That's really bad. Well, I guess I'll come in and get tires at least. Serve the penalty. And, oh, hey. There's a pit stop animation. Wonderful. Okay. Well, 39th. I don't think I can actually make up any ground from here. We'll see.
Okay, be smart out there. Going green.
It's going to be a good restart, obviously. I guess that was Ty Dillon who went flying through the air.
Stay high. Keep it right there.
He's back here in the back. So with 5 laps to go, got anything I can do. Elliott Sadler's not going to let me do anything. The 3 wide all the way out in front. And is there trouble up front? Or just a slowdown? Just a slowdown, looks like. Well, maybe not. Nope, that's a car going through the middle of the track, or middle of the pack. Few cars having trouble. Danica Patrick, as well as Ryan Blaney.
You're in the middle.
And there was nothing I could do. Wow, look at Joey Logano launch over the top of me. Well, that's a hell of a crash. And everybody's crashing. Just, wow. Gotta repair the car this time. No doubt about it. Oh, we're already in overtime. Man, this is going to be a short race. I guess it makes up for going for almost an hour and a half on the Talladega race. But this has been a bit of a shambles, I would say. It was a pretty realistic crash from Logano. I think we may take a look at that in a replay at the end of the race. So giving Paul Menard a bit of a shove. Trying to get him up through the field. Paul Menard moves up top. Logano giving me a draft. Trouble. Maybe that wasn't trouble. That was stupid of me. I thought there was trouble. I thought there was a car slowed down. And I decided to dive out of the way. And there wasn't trouble. So a crash-filled Coke Zero 400 is not getting any better because I keep hitting the apron. And at 193 miles an hour, we're not going anywhere any fast. One to go. 38th position. So that probably means I'm not going to get the incentive contract. Unless there's a massive pileup right about now, which takes out most of the field before we get to the overtime line, which would allow me to finish like 15th or possibly have a green-white checker where I can actually try to go to the front. But that doesn't appear to be the case right now. It appears like the Angry Plains is going to get to me here. And yeah. This was not a good race. This was a shambles. As we're coming to the line, gonna take 38th place. Absolutely mediocre. Angry Plains mod in NASCAR. That's what it certainly looked like as I got into the wall and Joey Logano got launched into the air. From another angle. Watch Logano. Boom. Up and over. And over. And over. And over. Oh dear. One more of Logano flying through the air with the greatest of ease. Look at that. Okay, 38th. Yeah. Mediocre. Clint Boyer from DJ Kennington. That's a result. That's a race result. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see what 38th place pays at Daytona. It's better than most people's yearly salary, so I guess not a lot to complain about. And then we're still second in the points, still leading with the most wins of anybody by quite a large margin, but that is beginning to shrink in terms of importance because just having a shambles of a middle part of the season. So that was that. Not a top 15 finish, nor a qualifying in the top 15, which somebody pointed out in the comments is probably never going to happen. And the next race is Kentucky, the Quaker State 400. So, do you think we can do better there? I certainly think so. See ya in the next race at Kentucky.